Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. It is political season. We're going to get right down to business. It is a pleasure to introduce you to a candidate for judge running countywide, endorsed by the Democratic Party, William Bill Raines. How you doing?
It's good to see you again. Thank you.
First of all, my pleasure, and there's a lot of people who speak very highly of you.
Thank you.
And I want to mention Jeff Stein in particular, who every chance he gets is always championing you.
Jeff's my man. He's I've known him for many years through Bernie Stone in the 50th Ward. Jeff is a good guy.
Yeah, Bernie speaks very highly of you also, by the way.
Thank you. I love that man.
Yeah, and he's made a point of making sure that you better take good care of my friend.
Is that Bernie or Jeff?
So, Bernie.
Yeah. Jeff introduced me to Bernie. And
no,
Bernie,
Jeff is a lot smoother than Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie helped me because of Jeff. So, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
Cool. Yeah, Jeff's a great guy. So, tell us, give us. You were on before, but I still want you to give us your backgrounds because not everybody sees the first one.
Pretty interesting background. I started out as a Cook County Sheriff. That's my law side of it. I was a Cook County Sheriff for 3 years. I did some time in the courts, and then I went to civil warrants where I had a take-home squad car, and my neighbors loved it because nobody got broken into. Then I went to Oakland, California, where I was a police officer out there. I was out there for 11 years. I got shot as a police officer, a disability retirement, went to law school in San Francisco, passed the Illinois bar, the California bar. I got offered a job as an assistant state's attorney here in Cook County. So I moved back for the job. I worked traffic court for a bit, and then I went to narcotics court at 26 in California, and absolutely just loved it. Now I'm a criminal defense lawyer. So when they say you're well-rounded, physically and professionally well-rounded, so I've arrested people, prosecuted them, and now I defend them. So
that's true. That's a rare distinction.
There's not many of us that have done that. So I think that's a good moniker to have.
No, definitely. You can definitely see all sides of the equation.
Yeah,
that's for sure. So, what is it that, when did you decide you wanted to become a judge?
Probably about 12 years ago. I've run a couple of times in the past, and I'm a hard worker. This is what I believe in. I feel that I'm going to be a great judge. I feel that I've got the experience, the temperament. I've got all the bar ratings. I'm looking at the camera here, all the bar ratings. I have the support of the Democratic Party. And they don't give you that unless you have all the bar ratings and you have a solid background and a reputation. And, they saw the light. And they decided to slate me as a judge in the Neville, P. Scott Neville vacancy. And my punch number is 154. And so I'm on the road. I've got 3 female opponents in my race. And so hopefully, statistically, like a chess player, I hope that they split up the female vote and I ride to victory.
Actually, that's really good odds for you along those lines.
I think so. And I'm a hard worker. So I'm working the whole county, which is, 6 million people in this county. So it's like I'm running for office in a small country. So I have a 2012 car with 55,000 miles on it, and all of that, 90% of it is election working miles.
Wow!
So it's definitely my office on wheels.
Yeah, it's got to be. So I mean, this is a gigantic county, like you said. It's I know you work hard at what you do, not just the the business end, but the campaign end also. So we're on a given night. How many different places do you go to?
Well, every night I'm someplace, and normally there's 2 or 3 events at the same time. So, for example, tonight we have Rich Township, which is about 200 south on the east side of the Dan Ryan, so it's near the Indiana border. And then I may have to go to Evanston or Skokie or, Maine Township or Schaumburg Township or something that's 50 or 60 miles away.
Wow.
And you have to make it within a certain time frame in order to be able to pass your materials out and give your speeches. And I just left Maine West High School. I helped teach 5 classes today. They're half-hour classes, but it's civics weeks there. So we talked about government, we talked about the election process and about judges and how they're elected and why I want to be a judge. And it was amazing when you have 17-year-olds who are now legally entitled to vote. If you're 17, if you'll be 18 by November 4th, which I think is the primary date,
right,
or whatever it is, if you're 18 by that date, you can vote in this primary. So they're doing a whole election registration tomorrow at the high school. So we have to reach out to the young people because they're our future. They're the ones that we affect the most. As a judge sitting on the bench, they're the one getting the speeding tickets. They're the ones that might catch a DUI or have problems that appear in front of judges. So it's important that they know who the judges are. And there's just so many that are running, many which are not qualified or have no bar ratings.
It's 100% true. Don't just think that everybody's okay because they're running for judge.
Well, one of my opponents, which is the first one on the ballot, has a very popular name, and she has some issues. But the reality is that she's going to get a lot of votes because of her name and her ballot placement, and I have to compete with that. I'm not saying she's not a nice person.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she's competition.
Right. No, it's not just a matter of competition. Well, as a matter of fact, if you read Jewish Chicago, I'm going to go in detail on bar ratings, and I'll share some of the tidbits about a person's background that'll tell you whether they're, because you know what, there's even some people that have passable bar ratings who have some very black strikes in their background. So it makes me wonder about some of the bar associations sometimes. Well,
the most bar associations, if not all of them, are pretty good about working with candidates and looking at your background and your trial experience. I've done thousands of cases, hundreds of bench trials. I mean, probably over 1,000 bench trials. I've done almost 40 jury trials. 7 of those are first-degree murder jury trials. So I have all the way from first-degree murder all the way down to a traffic ticket as far as my experience is concerned. I've done some civil work. I worked for Fremont Compensation Insurance for a while, and we were doing workers' comp fraud, and so I was pretty well versed in the workers' comp issues. So I think I can hit the ground running, which is not. There's a lot of judges a lot of people that are running for judge that don't have the experience that when they get on the bench, all of a sudden they've been doing workers' comp, and now they're in a criminal courtroom, and they're like a deer in the headlights. Like, now what do I do? And of course, they have to learn.
Well, he's definitely very well rounded, and
is that again? Well, physically?
No.
Right.
Where I mean, in terms of his legal background, no, he's actually in pretty decent shape. Make sure you pick up Jewish Chicago. I'm not endorsing any candidates on the air this year, but I do endorse in Jewish Chicago, and I can promise you this: there's a lot of really nice things being said about William Bill Raines in Jewish Chicago, and
wait. This is my sign-up, my card I'm passing out. My punch number is 154.
And your website?
And my website is www.billraines for judge, BILLRAINES for judge at AOL.com. Oh, sorry, .com. And my email address is rainesforjudge@AOL.com. So you'll see this in Jewish Chicago. Please purchase that and listen to Avi.
It's free. Jewish Chicago's free.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to help you out here, all right?
No, I appreciate it, but it's a free paper.
Okay, I'm trying to pay your utilities, so.
No, as a matter of fact, it's actually much more successful being free, but you know what? We're really out of time. So William Bill Raines, 154, thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.